creators, today we're going to learn how to change your serger thread easily, not by having to thread each looper in a certain order, which is a very good skill to learn, but this is a quick way to get your threads to a different color so you can start to sew and create your new garments. So let's get started. The first step is to cut the old strings from the serger, and we're going to replace these threads with new threads or the new thread color. So you just take your new thread, you find your end of your string there, and you tie the two strings together. You want this knot to be very thin, so we're not going to double knot it, and we're going to clip off the tail. So we want to make sure that there's not too long of a tail there. So a very, very small knot. We're going to go ahead and do this for the other 3 strings. Now we have all the new threads attached to the old ones. So all we have to do is pull the thread from the machine all the way through. Now the only 2 loopers or the only 2 needles that are really going to have trouble is your upper needles. So it should bring all of the thread through the paths that they're supposed to go, but your upper needles have smaller eyes, so those are the 2 that usually get stuck. However, the knot will be really close to the eye of the needle that it belongs to, and you'll be able to cut the knot away and thread it through the needle. So usually that's just 2 instead of 4 that you have to go all the way through and rethread the machine. So now I'm just going to open up the machine. Yep, now I'm just going to open up the machine. I've started to pull the threads and they're going through. It is a good idea to get your threads out of the chain so that you don't have the chain pulling through here. It doesn't really work to chain it, but some of them will just go right through. The bottom loopers, if you just pull the bottom loopers, they do it great. My bottom 2 loopers just went through. Here comes the upper thread. Sometimes you can get it through the needle head. Sometimes it has trouble, sometimes you can get it through. It depends on how big your needle opening is. So they are really close, they're right there at it. Let me try tugging one more time. Some reason I think that twisted around. There we go. And I think this guy. So I'm gonna have to rethread maybe the other ones, but everything else is pulled through. The 2 top loopers did not go all the way through. Yep, that one is right there. It's trying to twist around the needle, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But I've got them all the way close to the needle, so all I have to do is rethread that part of the machine, so it's not so bad. That's a lot less work than having to do the bottom loopers too. There we go. Okay, yeah, so these 2 at the top I've got to redo, and that's all right. I've already got them through the machine, and that's sometimes the hardest part. So let's get the knots out of the way. Knots are out of the way. And now we're just gonna separate the two and put them in the corresponding needle. So this is a lot easier than having to do all of the loopers. And of course it helps to have tweezers for this top part since they are sometimes difficult to see. And get in, there we go. All right, so now we have all 4 pieces and all 4 strings. And I'm just gonna move the top ones to the back. I'm gonna close up the machine and start to chain. And there we have it. We have a brand new thread ready to go for our new project. So I hope this was really helpful for you. Clipping the back, attaching your new thread, pulling it through. The only loopers that sometimes really get caught and catched are the 2 upper loopers, which you have to rethread the eye of those needles. But that's much easier than having to rethread all 4 different strings. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing your projects online. Thanks, bye.